Hi guys, my name is Luke and welcome to the Healthy with Luke channel. If your Pilea leaves are dropping, then this is the video for you, as I'm going to show you why they're dropping when you don't have to panic and how you can prevent your leaves from dropping. And I'm also going to show you how you can take your Pilea from this to that. So have fun. So before we start, please do forgive me when I take a look at my notes, but I know that this video is going to be really valuable for a lot of people and it's going to help a lot of people. So I want to get every single point across. So yeah, just to let you know. First, I want to start with why you shouldn't panic and when your Pilea is actually healthy. So when your Pilea shoots out new leaves here and here and there, then you don't have to panic. It's totally normal for the life cycle of the Pilea to drop some older leaves, so it's totally fine as long as new leaves are coming out. Usually a Pilea gets 6 to 8 new pups a year. So yeah, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She might get another one, I'm not sure yet, but that's the case where you do not have to panic. But where you have to panic, that's the following case. So if you have a rather small Pilea, you've got, let's say, only 8 to 9 leaves or 10 leaves, and the leaves are still dropping, the most common reason for that is not enough light. You have to imagine, for every meter the Pilea stands away from the window, the sunlight absorption is cut down by half. So sometimes I see people who have their Pilea in the middle of the room, 2 to 3 meters away from the window, then you can imagine that the Pilea doesn't get enough sunlight. There are plants like a pothos or a philodendron, they will cope with this low amount of sunlight, but they need a lot bright indirect sunlight. So best is to place them directly behind the window. This one stands, let's say, ½ meter in front of the window. My girlfriend, she also has one which stands directly at the window, and it thrives completely. So light is the most important energy source for this plant, as it's very light hungry, and you will immediately see an increase in leaf and plant growth when you place them directly behind the window. If you haven't got the place or the opportunity to place it directly behind the window, you also can use grow lights. I would recommend turning the grow light on for 12 hours and then 12 hours off. And you want to place it, let's say, 15 to 20 centimeters away from the grow lights. However, how can you measure if your Pilea gets enough light? And I forgot something here, so I'll be right back. 2 seconds. You will need a light meter. So I'm back. You will need a light meter. A light meter can measure how much light your plant actually absorbs. For a Pilea, you want to get at least 200 foot candles when it stands behind a window. Best would be something like 400, 500, 600. If you want to know how to measure your light with a light meter, I'll link to a video down below because I've explained it very explicitly there. However, if it stands under a grow light, then the maximum should be 800 to 900 foot candles, as otherwise the Pilea can get burned, and you don't want that, of course. Although, as I just said, the most common reason for your Pilea to drop leaves is definitely light. Watering also can be a cause. Now, usually people say you should keep your Pilea moist. Moist isn't wet, so it's not you shouldn't keep a Pilea as moist as you, for instance, should keep your spider plant. However, I let mine dry out slightly. So yeah, this one it's not like bone dry, but it is dry, so it needs a little more watering. But yeah, as I said, between the waterings, let it dry out slightly. In winter, I water mine, well, every, let's say, 6 to 8 days. And in summer, especially if it stands direct at the window, you want to water it, say, every, well, 3 to 4 days. But what I forget to mention in regard to light, very important, the Pilea can't stand direct sunlight. So it can stand direct sunlight in the morning and also in the evening and afternoon, but not at noontime. It's way too aggressive for the leaves, they just get burned. So what I would do, if you can, give it a little bit of direct sunlight in the morning, then maybe place it a little bit further away from the window, and then put it back to the window again in the afternoon or in the evening times. But guys, as promised, I also promised you how you can grow your Pilea that huge. So this one is actually from my neighbor, and she grew it outdoors. This is really, really stunning. It's really unbelievable how huge this Pilea is. Unfortunately, she lives in a very, very dark apartment, so yeah, this will just go not even dormant. It will decrease in size, definitely. But the trick is, sorry, you can put it outside, like you can put every houseplant outside basically, but put it in a shady place. Remember, only succulents like to stand in very, very direct sunlight places. All the other houseplants you should put in a shady place, no direct sun. And if they get rainwater only, that's basically the best water you can give to your plants. You don't have to water it, and they will do well. And if they are inside, as I mentioned before, light is key for this houseplant, so you definitely do not want to give a Pilea not enough sunlight, otherwise it will not only go dormant but possibly die. And with this all said, I can't mention this light meter again. I put the link down below. It's really, really important, or not important, but it's really helpful also to get to know your plants, to get to know the location they are in. And with this all said, I think you should be all set for your Pilea to grow huge. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next week for next week's video. Stay healthy with Luke.